All right. I guess my screen is visible.
It's visible, Richa. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. Today, we're going to speak about, or we're going to discuss about creative thinking skills. But before I go on to discussing about the same, I want to introduce myself. However, Miss Sneha had already said few words about me. I am been into teaching for last 12 years. I've been teaching IB curriculum for last 12 years and teaching business and economics. I am also an examiner and the head of department and the extended essay coordinator at Choitram International School, Indore. Apart from that, since this lockdown has been a blessing in disguise for, I think, many of us, uh, it same has gone for me as well, that this lockdown has actually given me opportunity to come up with my own venture, which is EmpowHer, which is an empowerment drive for women and students. Okay, and I have gone through formal training with respect to and becoming an empowerment coach and strategist myself. You can go and check out on my website as well. uh, that's it about me. Now I will talk about the creative thinking skills. We all know, since we have been studying in the IB school, that thinking skill is one of the clusters in our ATL. Okay, and the cluster within thinking skill is one of the part is the creative thinking skills, and also we have critical thinking skills and the transfer skills. But I will not talk about those two. I will talk specifically with respect to creative thinking skills. Right now, I want. Can I have some volunteers also? Yeah, Sneha. Yes. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Please,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, please help me with that. Okay. Right. So the moment we say create, okay, and if we try to bifurcate this word, can anyone please help me in bifurcating this word? If you can help me bifurcating, and can anyone do that? See, I want to have a good interactive session so that I know
Yes,
that you are
ma'am.
involved.
By bifurcate, can you please elaborate a little more, like break down what creative mean?
All
Like,
right.
what do you, I'm so confused.
Can you bifurcate into two different words? Can you bifurcate create into two different words?
It's
Can you
create,
break it down into two different words? Yeah.
create. I'm sorry, I don't know. Interesting. No, no, it's create something. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a terrible pun, but
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Everything is right here. Nothing is wrong. Yeah. Can
Anyone
anyone?
else like to give it a shot?
Anyone else? All right. I will do that. Okay. It's basically I'm bifurcating into, and first I'm taking the later half of it. That is eight. ATE. Eight. Now, what does eight means? Or
the
just
act.
eat. Eat means, if you can see in that word,
Yeah,
create,
between
eating. What's eat?
take some the process of consuming food. I mean,
Yes,
quite bluntly.
right. Perfect. Fine. We all have been craving for, I think, some kind of a food every time. Probably our mothers, whatever mothers cook, probably we will have craving for that. Yes, right. And so sometimes we crave for the food, and we try to order through Zomato or Swiggy. Is that am I right? Resonate with whatever I say? Yes. Yeah, right. So
Yes,
why
ma'am.
there is a need? Why there is a need for going for the outside food when it's already there at home, and when you can actually have it ready at your place itself? So why there is a need for going outside? Can
Some
anyone?
is to meet
Yes.
yourself, and the teacher in my class, the sir is mental health.
All right. Can you all please mute yourself, and if you can, if anyone can answer that, why there is a need for going outside for the food? If we want to have something like continental or Italian, or just having a McDonald's burger also, if we
Because
can.
Because
Yeah.
outside food can sometimes like give us a certain flavor, certain taste that is hard to
Mhm.
replicate at home. And also because you don't want to go through the whole like process of making a gourmet dinner because you know how tiring that could be, man. Like
All
chefs
right.
literally get paid so much to do it. So you just want a quick quick meal. Let's just say
All
that.
right. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. See, the whole idea behind this is that we are trying to have a food which we are not having it at home. And that's the reason why we are going outside, right? So basically, creativity is whatever we have inside us. We are trying to go outside as well. It is just not out of the box thinking. We are going outside to create something new, which probably we are lagging behind, and that's why we are talking about this skill set right now. I hope you can understand why I'm talking about this. Yes. And what does anyone is any Hindi student out here? Any Hindi student out
Yes,
here?
ma'am.
What does Priya means? Priya? What does Priya mean?
Work, work. It means कार्य करना, like as in
कार्य
doing some.
करना.
Yeah.
राइट, कार्य करना. आप किसी तो हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं? वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट समथिंग. वी आर डूइंग अ वर्क इन ऑर्डर टू क्रिएट समथिंग न्यू आउट ऑफ whatever we have in existence. Okay. Now we've been talking about whole this, I think the whole 1 year we've been talking about many things with respect to after this pandemic struck us, with respect to creating something new, coming up with innovative ideas, inventions, creating something with aesthetic sense, and lot many things. Okay. But actually we are not being able to understand what this creativity means actually. Okay, so we will discuss about them more. um, I want you to understand it from this point of view. Before we go ahead, I want you to see this one. There are 6 eggs in the basket. This is just a riddle. I will be asking for the answer by the end of this presentation. So I want you to please do some creative thinking there. There are 6 eggs in the basket. 6 people each take one of the eggs. How can it be that one egg is left in the basket? Okay, so keep wondering on that. And in the meantime, I'll discuss about more with respect to the creative thinking skills. Now, since we talk about these skills, it is very much learnable. Not, we are not born with it. We can actually inculcate it over a period of time. Okay, it is with our efforts that we can go ahead and inculcate this kind of a skill set. Everything is there in our brain. Our brain is a very powerful tool. Okay, and if we start using it for creating something new, we can actually hone this skill set altogether, right? So, but before we try to learn something new, we need to unlearn some things. It is important that we try to unlearn something. One of the myths which I have come across over a period of time is that I'm not a creative person. Now, everyone says this thing that I do not have that kind of a creativity in me. And also for our ages, we've been associating creativity with art, culture, music, drama, and all these things, right? And may not have that kind of a probably hands-on experience, or probably we do not have that kind of a taste for these things. Sometimes we do not have the taste for them, right? So in that case, we try to label ourselves as we are not a creative person. And believe me, if that is the criteria, then I am also not a creative person at all, right? But I differ here that every one of us has has an ability to be creative, to come out with various solutions to the problem. Okay, now when I say solutions to the problem, we have a situation out there. Okay, and we can actually think of various ways in which we can solve that. It is just not a challenge, it is our opportunity through which we can try to identify what all things can be done in order to sort that problem or meet that challenge. Okay, so in a nutshell, we all have been a creative person all together. Okay, sorry, is it someone saying something?
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So we all have this ability that we can actually create something. So first thing, we need to actually try to bust this myth that we are not a creative person. Okay. Secondly, we have been there are many instances when people come and say that it just struck my mind. I was just going through this place and it just struck my mind. It came, the idea came to me like out of the blue, and we are having those eureka moments out there. But actually, it is not true. When we are encountering any kind of problem, when we are trying to identify the solutions, at that point of time, um, it does not come to us randomly. It is the ability which we have. Okay, and many a times we say that it is our right brain actually which is more creative, and the left brain is more logical and reasoning. Okay, but however, for creativity, I say that we need both the brains altogether, because um, the problems, to identify the problems and to do the bifurcation of the problems, to understand the problems, we need the logical brain. And to come up with the ideas of solving it, all those bizarre ideas which we can come up with, right? All these originates in our right brain. Okay, but there needs to be a amalgamation, or there needs to be a collaboration between our right brain and the left brain in order to come out with a solution which is workable in that particular situation. Okay, so it is actually a scientific system through which we can actually create some things, and it is not random at all. Creativity is being original. Now many a times this also we have seen people saying that creativity is creating something original, but then if invention is creativity, then innovation is also a creativity. It is just not creating something original, it is sometimes also connecting those dots which are already there for ages, but we are not being able to connect them, and that's why we do not associate them as to be the creative ideas or the solutions. Okay, right? So in that scenario, we need to understand it is not always a scenario that we can create something original. Sometimes the existing things also we can use in order to create something new. Okay, right? uh, Being said, the myths, after unlearning them, we need to understand and learn the how we can actually create things. What are the ways in which we can create? Okay, but apart from that, we also need to understand those barriers, because until unless we do not understand those wrong assumptions or barriers which can actually create a roadblock for us, a bottleneck for us, wherein we are not able to identify the solutions, because every time it is not possible that we are coming up with these solutions. Okay, so in that case we need to break those barriers as well. Now the barrier number one is here: every problem has only one solution. Probably that could be a workable solution right now. Whatever decisions we chose may be correct at that point of time, but it is not necessary that they are correct every time, or there couldn't be any other solution apart from that, right? Like for example, if I go back in history, when we were in ice age, or probably in the rock age or something like that, that time also we were eating food, but the kind of food was raw. Probably that solution was apt for that particular era. Today we have multiple solutions, and probably they are apt for our age, for our era. There could be some other solutions in the future which might come up, which we may not be aware of right now, or probably we may not think of. So it is not necessary that every time the problem will have only one solution. There can be multiple solutions. It's just we need to identify them. The best solution has already been worked out. Like I said, the best solution is also already been working right now. May not be true. There could be some new solutions coming up, right? Like for example, there was a picture which I came across some time back, and which was saying that sometime back, for camera there was a different device, for calculation there was a different device, for doing something on the system there was a desktop, everything else was a different device. But today we have all in one small devices altogether. Radio, camera, everything we have in one small device, right? Probably this could also change in the future. All problems require solutions from the technology. In the past 1 year, we have been, in fact, the whole economy or the world economies have been working on technology. All the world economies have been, all the work related things are been happening over technology. So we say that, of course, technology is the solution. But actually, it is not true. Technology is part of implementing the solutions. It is just one facet. It is one fact, only one part of the solution, that we are using it to implement things. But probably the solution is something else we have already created in the minds. Okay. Like the creativity is random. Like I said earlier also, it does not come out of the blue. You need to create structures out there in order for that inspiration to come to you, or to come out with something which is of value, or which has been new to the things, or to the existing issues, right? So you have to create, sometimes you need to create those structures so that you can create something new, and it does not come randomly to you, right? So the strategy here is, first is evolution, that you are trying to evolve, or you're trying to solve an existing problem in a better way. Okay, you're trying to solve something in a better way. You're coming up with better, probably the better, like I said, there were different devices for different things, for different application. Now we have one device for all these applications. So we have evolution over the period of time. We have evolved into one single device. So evolution is one of the facts, one of the strategies which can be used in order to think creatively and create something new out of the existing things. Second can be synthesis. Two or more existing ideas are combined, like I said just a while ago, into a third new idea, like the fusion food, or the fusion music. Probably these can be the things which have come out as part of synthesis. Okay, right? Revolution. Sometimes the best idea, new idea, is completely a different one. We are coming up with something altogether new. Probably the existing things are not working anymore for us. So in that case, we need to come out with something new altogether, right? This can be one strategy, and it depends upon what kind of a challenge are you facing at that point of time, and what kind of a solution you need to come up with. And there is nothing wrong and right out there. There is, it's only that probably one solution is better than the other. It's just that, right? Reapplication. Sometime back, I was reading one case study which was discussed as one of one of the IIMs, and the case study said that the students were given a washing machine, and they were asked, apart from using it to wash the clothes, what else you can do with this machine. Can anyone answer that question?
Ma'am, humorously in Punjab, they make lassi. But yeah.
Right, right. Any other?
Can you repeat the question one time more, ma'am?
Yeah. Sometime back, I'll just repeat that. Right. Sometime back, there was this washing machine case study which was given to the students, which said that apart from washing the clothes, what else can you do with this washing machine? So, like, sir, in Punjab, they can make lassis. Of course, they are actually doing that. Any
I
other?
mean, if we're extrapolating off of what Piyush said, I want generally you can make any type of smoothie or drink with that for large masses. Like, let's say you have a party over, middle of the night. Oh shoot, I had a party tomorrow and I didn't prepare anything. What do? Just put all the stuff in the ingredients in the dish in the washing machine and turn it on. It's like
Yeah,
what Bear Grylls said: improvise, adapt, overcome. If
correct.
you know it, yay, okay, you have culture, I'm happy. But yes, it's the idea.
Okay, all right. So this can be one of the solutions, and actually, the people who were working, the students who were working over it, they came up with certain solutions like this only, that they had used it to make the batter, the batter for South Indian dishes and all that. So apparently, I think that goes well with whatever we you guys were saying right now. Um, Changing directions. Sometimes to solve a problem you need to implement a different solution altogether. Probably you need to go and look out for solutions at a different place altogether, from a different perspective. A change in perspective can actually change many things with respect to the ideas which we can generate. Okay. And I think since we are all being the IB students, we all have been using these tools and techniques in our day-to-day life. Brainstorming, mind mapping, lateral thinking, all these visual, I think VTRs, we all been using the visual thinking routines. We all have been using these things. Brainstorming, we are brainstorming ideas, coming up with different solutions, discussing many things in our day-to-day life, in our classrooms, outside the classrooms, and n number of things. We've been creating mind maps in order to make sense of the concept, to create a link between the aspects of the concept, and like the lateral thinking. So, if you don't mind, can I put some riddles for you, if that is okay, for lateral thinking?
Sure, ma'am. Go for it.
Yeah. All right. Riddle number one. A man lives in the penthouse of an apartment building. Every morning, he takes the elevator down to the lobby and leaves the building. Upon his return, however, he can only travel halfway in the lift and has to walk the rest of the way unless it's raining. Can you please tell me why?
Wait, so a man lives in a penthouse in an apartment building. Every morning he takes the elevator down. Oh.
And instead of going and doing the Google, please apply your brains, huh, everyone?
Ma'am,
Don't go
because
Google.
because he has a penthouse and penthouse is of 2 floors and like he need to, I don't know, something like that.
The elevator doesn't have a roof, but the penthouse does. But no, the elevator is in the
The man
penthouse.
is
Yeah.
shorter, so he can't reach up. Like he can't
What?
reach the button, maybe.
Sorry, can you come again, please?
The man is too short to reach the button for the top floor. Like
Okay.
it's a kid or something. Like, that's also a possibility.
All
It
right.
says
When it rains, how is it able to
And
climb? How is
a man.
Okay, yeah, it says a man, but like I got the idea from like a kid can't reach the top, so maybe like that way.
But
okay.
okay,
That makes
Uh,
sense, yeah.
what is
I
the
try.
reason why they?
Unless it's raining.
Yes, unless it's raining.
So if it's
Because the
raining, then
elevator
the
can
water
see.
will
Ma'am,
When
probably
it's
fill up
it's
raining,
and
like
then he would be able to float
He'll
down.
have an umbrella. He'll have an umbrella or like,
But the
yeah.
penthouse has a roof.
Ari, no, but
Amazing,
some if he's
amazing.
See,
Who
he's
was that?
Oh, let
short,
Gayatri
he'll be
explain.
able to reach the button with the umbrella.
Yeah,
That's right.
Ah,
I think,
I agree.
who was that? Can you please come up with your name?
Gayatri.
Gayatri Mirpur.
I think, Gayatri, you need to pat your back like that. Very good, very good, very good. Amazing, amazing. All right, riddle number 2. A father and his son are involved in a car accident, as a result of which father dies on the spot and son is rushed to the hospital for emergency
It's his
surgery.
mom.
Amazing, amazing.
Okay, that
You
was
guys
kind
are
of
rocking,
obvious.
right? You
That was
guys are rocking.
Well,
Amazing.
you and I,
Very
this one was kind of obvious, man. Come on.
okay. Okay. In many new London Metro underground stations, there are 2 up escalators, but only one going down. Why?
Because people who are going up are usually going to a train, and only people who are coming back are going down as well. There are 2 up escalators, but only one going down, right? But
Yeah.
no. But then there should be one of each by my logic. No, never mind then.
Okay. Anyone else would like to try that? Anyone else would like to try that?
You've
Ma'am,
got
maybe
this down
because-
to Richa.
So there's
Sorry?
less traffic down there always.
Maybe
Okay.
because one going up are in hurry. So
No, ma'am. Ma'am, okay, I think I'll rephrase what I was saying earlier. So this is a metro underground station, right? So I've been in metro underground stations before. One, they just have an area for you to, like, they have some like cafes and restaurants for people like to sit by while waiting for their trains, and then another area where you actually go to the train. Or the escalator that only goes up is for that part, and then the escalator going up and down is
Ma'am.
for the resting area.
I think it's
No,
because when people
Ma'am,
leave the train, it's a lot of people leaving at the same time, so they're all going up because it's an underground. So that means when they're leaving the
No.
train, all of
Ma'am,
them will go up. So it's a lot of people at the same time. And then when it's people going onto the train, then the amount of people going is in much smaller groups than the amount, because if there's 100 people on the train, they're not gonna all get on at the same time, but they will all get off at the same time.
No,
amazing.
well, depends. No,
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Why don't you also pat yourself? Very good.
is there any
Um,
more?
Until unless I think Sneha, it's the other station. Then I think probably there would be.
Also one other perspective, ma'am. One other perspective.
All right. One last riddle for you. What am I? Without it, I am dead. If I am not, then I am behind. What am I?
Shadow.
Shadow? Okay, no. Without
Why
it,
to be dead? To be dead.
Oxygen.
Because
Future.
ghosts don't have shadow, ma'am.
Oh yeah, future.
without your shadow, you won't die. Come on.
But ma'am, ghosts don't have shadow.
Ghost don't. Ghost does not have a shadow.
future.
Yeah, the same future.
Future.
No.
Ma'am, funeral.
Future.
Okay, I don't want you to go on to those lines, please. Can I?
Coffin.
Ma'am, say it.
It's your head. Without your head, you are dead. And if you
That
do
I
not
get.
have a
What about
brain,
behind? That doesn't make sense.
if you do not have a head, as in the head at the right place, you will be behind every time in your life. Come on, if you're not using it.
That's true. Not
Ma'am.
using, going to be left behind.
Lame. It was lame, ma'am.
But that says, ma'am, that says if I am not dead, then I am behind. So if you're not dead, then that doesn't mean you're not using your head.
All right.
no,
A head as an AHEAD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a play on
Right.
the word. Yeah. Use your
Yeah.
head, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now, how you can actually build your creative muscles? See, these strategies which I have discussed with you some time back are the strategies which you can use over a longer period of time. But how you can actually create your muscles, your creative thinking skills over a period of time on a day-to-day basis. These are just those strategies which you can actually implement in your day-to-day routines, right? Like, for example, I said providing structure every time. Like, for example, I think Sneha, you would agree with this. While we are creating a TOK essays, while we are writing a TOK essay, unless we do not have a title, we do not have a structure in our mind that what we want to actually do. So just giving that structure a general caricature will help us in actually building the muscles or the body, right? The second way of doing it is meeting different people. Now, why I say that, see, over a period of time, we've been meeting only those people in our life who've been there, who've been like-minded to us. Okay, and we've been meeting people only which to whom we actually connect. But sometimes, if we do not connect with a person, we do not actually have a connection with them. But that doesn't mean that those people will not be having creative ideas. Sometimes meeting with different people gives you different perspectives altogether. I think probably the idea of international mindedness came with that idea only, that we are trying to have international mindedness, we are trying to have multiple perspectives in order to create something new. So if you would be there in the usual stuff, you will have usual ideas. But in order to have the out of the box thinking, you need to actually go out of your comfort zones, which actually takes you towards embracing the new opportunities, trying out something new every day. Probably one day you can try out writing a poem if you do not have that kind of a skill set, or just create something new out of whatever you have, right? I suppose everyone would have seen that Three Idiots. Yeah, I think so, right? And the guy in that movie, the main guy, that is the character played by Amir Khan. Probably, if you're creating something new, you will come up with the ideas all together in order to solve a problem or come up with different solutions to an issue. People many times say that it is not easy to do it, but I feel that difficult is easy, because once you get that thing tuned in your brain that we are going out of our comfort zones, it becomes easier for you to come out with solutions every time, the creative solutions every time, or the creative ideas every time, right? So it is important that you start rewiring, re-engineering your brain towards uh, finding new solutions which are not the usual ones. And after some time, it will be actually an easier task for you. It will be a usual task for you because it will be part of your default setting in your subconscious mind. Okay. One more important thing which you need to avoid is being judgmental and being stereotyped, because when we are in a stereotype, we do not come out with our own inhibitions. We do not come out of our own set pattern of thinking. And in order to create something new, we have to actually break that, right? So when someone comes up with these statements, okay, which are a part of your stereotype, like for example, this thing I've been hearing for a long time, that the women can't drive or they do not have a direction sense. Why?
I mean, there is proof for that. I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna get murdered by the girls in the school, but you know what? I'm willing to take it. There's actually, like in motorsports, very few women succeed because they have a bad habit of crashing expensive vehicles. Like it's happened statistically.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, where it may have come off of, since it has happened.
Your whatever inhibitions you had, you only answered. You said very few, but there are some. right?
Because they don't let any other women in after that. So we don't have enough of a sample space to prove it.
Probably women, probably that may not be the scenario. Probably there could be some other scenario. There could be some other reason behind it. May not be gender biased. So we actually need to go and figure out what is the truth behind that. uh, I'm going too much into a TOK. I will stop here. All right. Develop new perspectives. Like I said earlier, also giving structures, meeting new people. You need to develop those new perspectives. And then one more important thing: the kind of content we have been consuming on a day-to-day basis, over FB, over YouTube, over Insta, over many other platforms. It's almost the similar kind of content. Like, for example, probably I would be just going through business and economics related stuff. Nowadays, I'm going probably just through the motivational videos or something like that. But if we are actually dwelling into a new content altogether that gives a new picture, a new perspective to us, which tries to help us in solving the problems probably sometime in the future, it will always be registered in our brain somewhere, right? So ideally every day, if you're and I'm sure you must all be indulging into all these social medias, of course, right? So if you're indulging yourself into all these social media platforms, try indulge yourself into the content which is diversified by nature, not just of whatever attracts you, but also something which is of new, which might not actually be inspiring to you, but going through it might help you in the future. Okay, so these can be just the strategies which you can implement in the short run, so that you can actually create or build that creative muscle. Okay. um I want you all pick up a pen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
we just have next 4 minutes before they have to go for their next class.
so
So,
I this activity. I'll quickly see this activity. Has anyone got the answer to this question?
Okay, I'll let someone else answer.
Gayatri has it, Tejashri ma'am has it,
Okay. Yes, please.
Dhruv has it.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am.
So who's coming up with the answer?
Ma'am, the person who had the basket took an egg as well.
Amazing. Sneha, the kids are amazing, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, the last person took the basket with the
I'm
last
just
exercise.
saying Google is available on all our computers.
Okay.
Not always
All
necessary.
right, thanks for accusing me. Thanks for
Alright.
accusing me, Samir.
Okay, Dhruv. Okay,
You're
Sameer.
welcome.
All right, Richa ma'am, you can continue.
Yes, yes. I think I'll. Can you please paste that link for the feedback, if you can, please?
Sure, ma'am.
I would love to have your feedback, and also opening my room for the question and answer. If you have any questions, please you can ask.
Richa, you can do it in the comment section. You can paste the link. I can't do it from here.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll do that. Uh, I think chat is available to team members only. That's what it's saying. So that's why I asked.
Okay, just send it to me and I will share it with them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll share it
all
with them.
right. Okay. Any other questions you would like to ask anyone?
No, ma'am, but I do have another perspective for that. Like
Please share.
escalator.
Please share.
Yes, you tell me.
So,
Tell us.
ma'am, so the two escalators were there, which were going up, and one was going down, right? So people probably would feel a lot of work going up. So more people would be like going in the escalator to go up, then but going down the stairs is a lot easier. So people would not that much care to like go in the escalator down.
Amazing. Very good. Very good. That was great. Okay. Anyone else would like to share anything?
I think
See,
they're just gearing up for the next class, Richa. That's the reason they've already shifted phases.
stop here.
Yeah.
I'll stop here. Okay. And thank you for your time and effort that you guys have made. I sincerely thank you all, and have a great evening and great time ahead. And if you have any doubts, anything, please you can share your ideas with me anytime. You can connect with me anytime. Okay. Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Richa. And children, I will be sharing this feedback link. I would want you all to do it because that would also be considered as a reflection for CAS. I really thank you for the time and effort, and they did enjoy the riddles. It's been a very long time since I have seen them engaged in some conversation. So thank you for coming and giving your time for us. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Bye. Take care, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
children.
ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Can I also leave? Yeah.